Hello, beautiful people. Hi, 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 hi. Good evening. How you guys doing? How is the day? How you faring? Hi, hi, hi. Good evening. How is business? How is everything? So today is Tuesday. I hope your week has started off well. And yeah, so good to have you guys join us once again for this very interesting session. Okay, so my name is Udeme. I'm going to be your trainer for this session. And I'm not here alone. I'm here with Lorianne. You're going to find Lorianne in the chats. And I have Judith at the back end. Judith is going to be our broadcaster, while Lorianne will be our moderator. So Lorianne is going to be mostly in the chats to answer to your questions, your queries, contributions, or any other thing you want to tell us. So feel free to engage her in the chats. Okay? So good to have you. So as you join in, I want you to drop your name in the chat and tell us where you're joining us from. Tell us how your weather is, right? Tell us how your day went. Tell us how business is. Tell us how you're faring. Tell us how business is faring. And it's been a fair weather here in Abuja, Nigeria, where I'm joining you from. Lorian is in Cameroon, and Chidima is somewhere in Nigeria as well. So do well to drop a hi for us and drop a hello for us, and I'll be happy to engage with you. So we have a very important and very interesting topic to do today. Use social media, use marketing tools and social media to grow your business online. And this is a very big shout out to COMFWB. I hope Lauren can get me that name. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much to the organizers for making this session possible. Hello, Jen. Thank you for joining us. So Jen is the first person that said something in the chat. So I'm looking for an emoji right now to celebrate Jen. Okay, there you go. There you go. So Jen is the number one person to chat with us. Thank you so much, Jen. Please do us a favor, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit on the share button most importantly. Please copy that link and then invite everybody from the team that are supposed to be here with us. Please do that for us. Tell them we've started already, and we'll be happy to have them join us for this very important session. Okay, so we'll be doing this in a couple of minutes, and we'll be doing this in 3 different segments. So the first part, we're going to be looking at how to set up and optimize your Google business profile, and then we'll head over to the second part where you plan your business, your digital marketing strategy, because strategy is very key. Okay, and then on top of that, we'll look at various ways in which you can leverage social media channels and utilize email marketing. So we're going to be doing that in the next couple of minutes. All right. So, and I hope you have a writing material close by so that you can get to jot down a couple of ideas, a couple of tips and tricks we'll be sharing here. We'll talk about everything. I will try to get a little bit in depth so that you have a full grasp of what we'll be discussing here this evening so it can be useful to you. All right. And again, please, if you are yet to hit the thumbs up, please do it. If you are yet to hit the subscribe button, please do it. If you are yet to turn on that the notification bell, please do it. And thank you so much in advance. And the way the YouTube is designed, you may not be able to talk back to me verbally, right? So what you're going to be doing is to communicate back to me through the chats. So I expect you to type, to use the keypads, and get to familiarize yourself with the chat box. If you can't chat, you have that's possibly because you have not activated your YouTube channel. So what you need to do is to tap on that place that is written activate channel. So activate the channel, then close the YouTube app and open it again. Okay, just that. When you close the app and open it again, then you are going to be able to chat because I want you to chat with me, engage with us, ask us questions, and I expect you to ask me a lot of questions, right? If you have questions from what we'll be discussing here, or if you have questions from what we discussed earlier, or questions from what we'll be discussing in the future, Or if you have questions from somewhere, wherever you learn something from, you want to ask us, please feel free. Ask us. We are here. That is why we are here actually, to be able to engage you and ask, and give you all those information that will be very useful to you for your business, for your brand, for your growth, expansion, and scaling. All right. So this is more like a reminder for those of you who are yet to sign up for the Google Hustler Academy. Please head over to g.co/hustler academy. We have a small business, a big business, medium business, whatever kind of business it is, and you want it to grow, you want it to scale, right? So head over to this link. Lorraine is going to drop it in the chat. So now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be registering to join a 1 week long boot camp. Okay, in that boot camp, you get to learn about how to drop your business growth plan. And then you get to the part where you learn about digital marketing, learn about sales, we learn about how to get finances for your funding for your business, and then you learn how to pitch, and then you get matched to a mentor that's going to walk you through any other of those processes that you didn't understand. And guess what? All of this is free. Everything is free. You know how much businesses pay to attend boot camps, right? So Google is offering this one completely free, and for businesses that actually have the interest of taking advantage of it. So don't sleep on this, right? So hit on that link and then apply. So I expect you to ask me questions, and I have questions too that I'm going to be asking you. So when I ask you, please do well to talk back to me through the chat, and then I'm going to engage you back, and then we'll continue like that till we get to the end, because I want us to have a very interactive session. All right, so do well to say hi to Lorianne, ask her how Douala Cameroon is, and then say hi to Chidima also at the back end, and ask her how she is. All right. So let me ask you the first question before you start asking me your own. So which marketing channels do you currently use? Share with me in the chats which marketing channels you currently use. So I'm going to be having my eyes in the chat right now. So let me know which of the marketing channels you currently use. Okay. All right. So do you have do you use word of mouth or you use social media? Oh, Jen, social media. Oh, nice. Okay, Instagram specifically. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you for telling us that. Thank you for sharing. Okay, which marketing channels do you currently use? So, is there anybody here that uses? Do you still use word of mouth? Or do you wait for people to refer you before to refer somebody to you before you get to do business? Do you wait for that all alone, or do you add word of mouth to your social media, or you are just bent on social media? Please let us know in the chat. Do you have a presence on Google? Do you have an online presence on Google Search and on Google Maps? Let us know in the chat also if you have an online presence on the search and on the maps as well. Okay, so thank you so much, Jen. Please hit on that share button and please invite the team that are supposed to be here with us. Okay, thank you so much. And Lorraine is going to be there to answer to all your questions and all your queries. All right. Okay. All right, so let's go over to the first part. Now, the first part is how to set up and optimize your Google Business Profile. Now, if you've heard about the Google Business Profile before, what do you think it is? What is a Google Business Profile? Now, if you've heard Google My Business, so you were also hearing the same thing, like the Google Business Profile. Okay, so Google just changed the name, just like what Google did with Google, the G Suite is now called the Google Workspace, right? So the workspace is more like it's the same thing. The tools are the same. Everything is the same. Just a name change, because Google changes a lot of things. Just to innovate. Sometimes they change the designs of the icons. Like sometime last year they changed the design of the Play Store, the Google Drive, the Gmail, and all those. Just a little touch on the branding. Using their colors. Okay, so this one just a name that changed. So if you hit Google My Business or Google Business Profile, it's the same thing. It's just a name that got changed. So what is a Google Business Profile? If you know. So thank you so much, Jen, for that beautiful answer you gave to us earlier. I wish you can just drop some more information for us. Right. So let me just move on while waiting for your responses. Okay. So the Google Business Profile basically is this free and easy to use tool that lets you and your business to have an online presence on Google Search and on Google Maps. So you get to have a presence on Search maps, and it comes with very beautiful features that includes your business name, your business location, your working hours. You get to monitor and reply to reviews from customers. You can add photos, you can make posts. You can also learn from the analytics parts where people are getting to you from, right? And then you also learn. You also have a free website attached to it where you can get to learn all the details that you want, right? You can tell your business story, make several posts, and all of that. So that is what the Google Business Profile tool offers to you, right? And then you get to also engage with customers on the Google Business Profile for free. So you have an exclusive online presence with customers on Google, the biggest search engine that ever exists. So you attract customers with a great profile because you get to post photos, just like what you do on your social media platforms, your Facebook and Instagram. You post photos, you post offers, and you show that parts of your business that people should prefer over other brands that are doing the same thing that you're doing. So you give customers a reason every time to choose you over other people. And don't forget, it's a business. When you are doing a particular business, you are also competing against other brands doing the same thing with you. You are canvassing for the same customers, and they are canvassing for the same customers. So everybody's in contest, right? So it gives you that edge, places you in front of the people that are supposed to be seeing you when they actually make a search. And then you get to give your customer more ways to reach you because the Google Business Profile has that calling tool, that call tool that you can actually call directly from search. You don't need to copy the number from search like what can happen on some platforms. Copy the number and then go to paste it on your dialer before you can dial. No, you just tap it from there and it calls, right? And you also have that messaging feature. You can also get reviews from customers. People can drop reviews for you and leave feedback on a particular subject matter based on how they feel about your brand and your product. And then it gives you a lot of options how you can give your customers more ways to do business with you. And then you also see how customers are connecting with you from the clicks. You find the number of clicks, the number of calls, the number of bookings, the number of follows, people that came to your shop. You just see basically the activities that are happening on that your business profile. Okay. So what does it take to create a Google business profile? Very simple. Very, very simple. All you just need to do is just this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Where you begin from is to head over to business.google.com. So when you get to business.google.com, what you need to do is Google is going to ask you to sign in with a Gmail, with just your Gmail. Then from your Gmail now, you're just going to be required to add your business name, the name of your business. What do you want to do? Oh, sorry, what is your business name? So if you are youtube.com, if you are YouTube Affairs, or if you are Impact Hard Training, whatever it is, just type it there. And it must be a name that has not been used by some other brand, some other person. Okay? So it must be a name that is unique to you. And then you get to also add the category to your brand. And then Google have already set, they have a preset categories that are listed there. So what you're going to basically be seeing there is not going to be something that you want to just type off your head. So if you're a baker, if you're in the bakery industry, you may not find bakery, right? You may find baking services. So it may not be exactly how you want it, okay? So there are already presets, um, categories that are already been fixed there. So you just choose the one that is closest to what you do. Select it, then add your business location. It's actually optional, but I always advise if you own a business, you should have a location because people want to trust the business they're actually giving their monies to. So they want to be able to trust you to the exact point where you exist. Okay? And then you add your contact details, which is very key. So adding your contact details, you need to add your phone number, and then when you finish with that, you finish and manage the listing. And what that means there is you need to add photos, add videos, add testimonials, and then activate that's your Google profile website. And then it's also very important for you to know that after setting up your Google business profile, you have the options, you have several options to get it verified, because verification is very key. You won't be able to do a lot without verification. Then you have the option of, before now, you need to wait for, I remember waiting for 4 months to get a postal code before I could get the business verified. That was in 2017. That's a long time. So things have changed now. Okay. So you have the option of email, you have the option of phone number or a search console. If you don't find any of those options, you're going to find verify later. So click on verify later, and then you're going to have, Google is going to keep reminding you about the various things you may not be able to do without you getting verified. You are not going to be able to, the photos, the pictures, the videos you are going to be posting, you are the only person that can see it, right? The analytics part where you get to learn the information from your customers, no, you can't see it. The reviews part, which is very important for your search engine optimization, it doesn't work. And a lot more other things will not work except you are verified. So Google will give you all the reasons on your dashboard to actually always tell you, keep reminding you that you need to get this business verified. You need to get this business verified. So verification is very key. Without verification, you may not be able to do, you may not be able to have the most out of your business profile. So you can get verified through reaching out to verification partners like opera.com/OFB. I'm sure Lauren will drop that link in the chat. Or you can reach out to partners, other verification partners like Impact Her. Lauren, I'm sure, can drop that link also. So you just need to, after setting up your business profile, you just need to fill that form, and then you get verified in no time. Okay, verification is not instant because there's a truckload of requests that are coming in for Google to actually verify. So it may not be instant, but you can think of maybe 7 working days at worst, maybe 2 weeks tops, right? Is minimal now compared to what we used to experience. We used to wait for months, several months, and you won't still get verified. Okay, so things have been really simplified nowadays. And please don't forget to, as you join us in the chat, please say something. Tell us your name, tell us your location, and tell us what you've been doing around the day. Tell us how your business is faring. Let's just know a little about it, and let's more like register your presence that you're available on the call. Thank you so much. So a complete business listing profile is very, very important. It's very, very key because you have 2.7 times more likelihood to be considered reputable. Then you have 7 times more clicks. You have 50% more likelihood to lead to a purchase because you have 70% more likelihood to attract local visits. Okay, so your listing to be complete is very key. It's very, very key. Having all those information, the pictures, the videos, the posts, the writing, and activating your website, all of those add up eventually. So you need to get it done. So how do you manage your listing basically? Very, very key. So you just make sure that you're logged into your Google business profile, and then access your Google business profile and search. If you are using a search, we are using the Google search engine, right? You just need to search for that your business and it shows up. So when it shows up, you can update your information, you can create posts, you can create promos, you can add photos, you can view and respond to reviews, right? All of those are available in the Google business profile, all for you to get things done easily. So now we've seen also that pictures have become very important as far as online presence and marketing is concerned. Not just not just digital marketing, even if it's a traditional marketing. Some pictures that you find on magazines, newspapers, and your billboards, they need to be catchy before they can attract somebody's attention. You understand? So you need to use pictures also to tell your story on that your business space. And remember, you're not the Google business profile is not designed for your personal use. It's designed for your business use. That is why in place of a profile picture, what you're going to be seeing here is logo, your business logo, right? In place of a cover photo, what you're going to be having here also is a cover photo. So in place of a profile picture that you have on a social media platform, you're having a logo here. So as a business, you should have a logo. If you don't have a logo, you need to have a logo, right? Imagine big brands without logos. Imagine brands like Mercedes. I like using Mercedes because They're my best car brands. Okay, so now it's Tesla now, right? Even though Tesla is too expensive. So imagine brands like Tesla without without a logo. Imagine brands like let's say Airtel and MTN without a logo. I would even feel like. So there's this mental graphic that logos build into the minds of people that have viewed it over time. You understand? So that is the more reason you should have a logo for your business, for your brand. Okay. So you can head over to canva.com and create a logo for yourself. If you don't have money to pay a professional designer to get things done for you. Okay. So have a cover photo as well and every other additional photos that can highlight very special features about what your business is about. And you must also know that the Google Business Profile gives you that offer to keep your customers in the loop around your operation hours. What hours do you work? So if you work from 6 to 6, make sure you indicate it. You work from 6, that if 6 to 4, indicate it. If there are some days you don't work, please make sure you indicate it because customers will get disappointed if they are finding that you are at work and then they call only to find out that you are off the point where you can receive calls and attend to their business. It could be very disappointing. Okay. So whatever you're doing, including even if you're a vulcanizer, a friend shared a story of how they got stranded um, on a highway, and just a Google search rescued them. A vulcanizer had his presence on Google Business Profile. So if a vulcanizer can have a presence on a Google Business Profile, I don't see any reason why whatever brand you have, you should not have an online presence on search. So you also have other information you can get to update on that your Google Business Profile. You can find your products, your services, and several special highlights and appointment links if you have the kind of business where you don't permit people to just walk into your office. People need to book appointments ahead. You can have appointment links added to your Google Business Profile. You can use tools like Calendly.com. Calendly.com will actually you can be able to schedule your availability, the hours you are available per day. And then people can just see the hours that is fit for them and then they just book it from there. So you can have your Calendly links added to your appointment parts on that your Google Business Profile. And all of this will happen on that info section where your Google Business Profile is. Now it may not look exactly like this, right? If you are checking it from your browser, that is from your search, it may not look exactly like this, but you are going to find all of these options where you can have your home, your post, info, and all of that. And don't forget, if you want to change your business name, your location, all of those are available under the info section. Okay. All right. So let's move on. So we get to also stay competitive with the Google Business Profile because you get to make informed marketing decisions based on the feedback that you are getting from customers. You get to understand what services to offer those your customers based on the feedback they are giving to you. So you also get to learn from the successes and the mistakes of what your people in the same industry like you are doing, right? Because you get to find out what they are doing compared to what you are doing. Okay, if what they are doing is giving them more results, you can copy. You copy it. They must have copied it from somewhere. Everybody copies, or copy it and tweak it, make it fit to what you do. Or if what they are doing is not good, you copy it and make it good, and then you use that to actually make yourself to stand out as a brand, right? And then you also get to discover some industry trends and customer preferences that you can always find around your industry, around your niche, around your terrain. All right, so I'll be looking at a couple of case studies. Now, this is the first case study of Inveli Designs, which is a clothing brand in Cape Town township of Kayet. So after they created their business, their Google Business Profile, then they started adding business information, products, and store photos, creating regular posts, highlighting their new products, their prices, and their business updates. Then they activated the website, and then they shared posts on their website. Now they had a lot of results. Now what happened was that they had 1.5k views, 1.5k product views in the first 10 days of their GBP, their Google Business website launch. Then That success also resulted in them onboarding two extra employees, and then they had 30% of people that found invalid designs while searching for a category product or service. And this is another case study of Juma Stores. So Juma Stores was founded in 2009 rather, and it's a small ecotourism business that was started by Juma Nkwela. So they added their business information, the photographs, they made posts regularly and responded to reviews. So what Juma had to say was, Google Business Profile is a perfect tool to stand out, showcase a different thoughts, stay in touch with customers, promote new offers, and win new clients. So they had a couple of results. They had 89 plus listing visits in the first week of their creation. They had 3 new employees added to their team. And then they had 56% of clients who got to find their business via generic search. And then they had 53% of clients who got to find their business listing on search. Now, I should have called your own business, but you don't have a presence on Google Business Profile. So if you don't have a presence on the Google Business Profile, please get on it. All right, is the place that you need to be for your business to grow and to scale. And this is what Google is offering you completely for free. You may not have this privilege in so many platforms. Okay, so imagine you having a presence on the world's biggest search engine. So it's a privilege. So take advantage of it. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking the first pause to answer to your questions and your queries. So if you have any, please let me know. All right, so any questions for me? All right, so any questions? Jen, are you still there? Okay, if you are there, please let me know if you have any questions. And so before I move on. All right, so while waiting for your questions, I'll just go over to the second part, plan your digital marketing strategy. So what type of marketing have you been using previously? The Instagram you said you use, what type of marketing is it? Yeah, Jen, let me know. The Instagram you use, what type of marketing do you think it is? All right, so share with us in the chats and don't forget to ask us questions. Like I mentioned earlier, please, when you join us, let us know that you are here. Let us know, ask us the questions, and let us know. Introduce yourself, tell us your location, tell us what your business is and what you do basically. All right, so thank you so much so far. Remember to hit the thumbs up, remember to hit the subscribe button if you are yet to, and turn on your notification bell if you are yet to also. All right. Okay, so just go over to the second part while waiting for your questions. So we have the traditional marketing to include the digital, the billboards, we have the newspapers and magazines, we have the TV, we have the radio, we have the out-of-home advertising. Then digital marketing, we have the search ads, we have the video ads, we have the display ads, we have the email marketing, and every other kind of marketing that actually makes use of the internet. So you're going to be drawing a line between the digital marketing and the traditional marketing. So the digital marketing is low in costs because if you are using a phone or a laptop, you're not going to need to buy a phone or a laptop every time you want to advertise. Traditional is expensive on the other hand because you have to, if you are running, you have a billboard to put out there. So you're going to need a designer, a billboard, you pay for the billboard to be installed, you pay for the billboard to stay on the board where it is installed. So it's really expensive. Imagine if you're running adverts with a brand like DSTV, it runs in millions of naira, right? And then the digital is interactive and engaging. People can always engage on your post, whereas the billboard will not talk back to you and you will not talk back to the billboard. And then there's high return on investment because you get to target the exact people that actually have the news. Traditional has a short-term result and it's hard to measure. You may not be able to find enough people that actually engaged with that billboard, not people that saw it. Whereas you'll be able to engage, see the number of people that actually engaged with a particular post or chat. And then digital spreads very fast because the internet doesn't have walls. You can reach anywhere as long as you are connected to the internet. And then the traditional is permanent, is tangible. Digital, on the other hand, is time consuming because curating content is very, very stressful. Hmm? It's very stressful. All right, so various types of digital marketing would basically include the search engine marketing, which is more like people paying to appear on search. When you make a search on Google, tend to find out that some of the options that come at the top, you find ad beside them. The ad there means that somebody is actually paying for it to show there. So that is a search engine marketing. Just like for you to go to the radio and pay for adverts, or go to DSTV to pay for adverts, right? And then we have the social media marketing, which is using social media platforms to gain traffic, draw attention, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and the rest of them. We have the display marketing, all of those ads that show up to you when you're browsing on websites and some apps. Then you have the content marketing, which cuts across every other kind of marketing. Basically, you're just trying to share different types of content, whether you're writing or it's about visual, it's about videos or infographics just to drive attention, or if it is an email marketing, you get to collect people's emails and communicate with those users. All right, but let's look at the search engine marketing in a little more details. But meanwhile, a couple of statistics will also always reveal that you have about 87.3% of all searches globally are happening on Google. So that's why I was telling you that Google, as the biggest search engine, is offering you a platform to own your business on their place. So it's a privilege, right? It's a privilege to have it so that you can reach a wider audience. And then it's also said that 63% of people have clicked on Google Ads. So that is to tell you that there's so much results when you run ads. And then Google Ads, what makes it special to me is because you're not paying for just the ad showing up. You're paying for only the results. Where your results, maybe your results were just for people to visit your website, so you're going to be paying for the clicks. If your goals were for people to call you, that means you're only going to be paying for calls when people actually call you. If your goals were for people to actually if your goals were for people to actually visit your business location. So it's only when people actually visit your business location that is when you get to pay. So that's what makes it very interesting. You don't just pay, you pay for results. Okay. Okay, so let's see how to set up a typical business Google Ads campaign. Guys, I'm going to walk you through a typical process of setting up a smart campaign. Now, it used to be very complex in setting up with the expert mode, but things have really been simplified now because Google wants all brands to be able to, everybody to be able to set up an ad and get things done for themselves. So what you need to do first, head over to ads.google.com. That's your first step. So when you go to ads.google.com, you're going to be required to sign in with your Gmail, obviously, just your Gmail. And then when you're done with your Gmail, what you're going to be asked to do is more like click campaigns and then select new campaigns. What that means there is I'm running campaign for this mouse. Can be different. The campaign for this mouse will be different on the same account. I can run campaign for this remote on the same account. On that same account, I can run campaign for this water bottle. On that same account, I can run campaign for this remote, this presentation remote. On that same account, I can run campaign for a laptop, for a desktop. So you need to give that campaign a name, right? So that you don't mix things up. Different campaigns will have different keywords, will have different results, will have different expectations, and different everything. Okay, so it's just a way of segmenting it so that you don't conflict this with this, right? So what you need to do after this point is to tell Google what you want to achieve. Tell Google your goal, where you want the ad to show up to. There's a location now. Then you create the message you want people to see, and then the budget, and then you go live. Okay, so let's walk you through this process, these steps, one after the other. So the first step is telling Google your goals. So on this smart campaign, you have 4 different goals. One have been added recently. Either you want to get more calls to your business, or you want to increase visits to your store, that's want people to visit your physical location, or you want to drive people to your websites, or you want people to visit, you want to run a video ad, any of those 4. So if you want to get more calls, all Google will be asking you for will be a phone number. That becomes your landing page. Now the landing page for some of you that used to click on those ads, you see that the ads take you to a particular website where you want you to take the action. That's what I mean by landing page. Or if you want to increase visits to your store, that means all you need is a Google My Business profile. That's it, which you've already created. Or if you want to drive people to your website, all you need is a website, which possibly you must have used the Google Business Profile website. You can use a Google Business Profile website for that purpose. Or maybe you want to run a video ad. All of those, just tell Google what you want to achieve, and then you head over to the next part where you decide where you want to show your ads to. So there's that ad rich icon that you can drag to the local or to the global. You can drag it. It can always show to you the kilometer radius that you want to cover from where you are, or you can choose specific cities. Let's say you want to advertise for people in Abuja, people in Lagos. You can choose specific cities around where you are, depending on where you want your ads to be shown or to be seen. And then Google is going to require that you add some keywords based on your products, on your services. Okay, so keywords may be one word, maybe two words. It's more like what words do you think people are going to be searching for before this ad begins to show to them. That's what they mean by keywords. So you add some keywords, and then you head over to the part where you create the message that you want people to actually see. You know, so when you find ad beside it, you see a message on top of it as a caption, and then you see some descriptions. Before, if you click on it, it takes you to a website. So that is what actually Google is asking you for at this point. So your message must be your message must be compelling. It must be captivating enough for someone to actually have to click on it to get to get to the page where you want them to actually take the action. And then you set a budget cap. What do you want to achieve? How much do you want to spend to achieve what you want to achieve within a specific time? And then you're going to see an estimate of the results you're going to be getting from that budget that you choose, right? So if you are up for clicks or for calls, you're going to see the estimated number of clicks or calls you're going to be having based on the budget that you selected. And that will be strongly determined by the location that you want your ad to cover. So if you are covering the whole of Nigeria, that means you are battling against maybe 190 something million people that are online. Or if you are battling a city like Lagos, that means you are maybe juggling around maybe about 40 million people that are online. So the larger the location you choose, the more they spend, because your ad is going to be shown to more people. Remember, you're only paying for the results. And then when you finish it, that Google is going to skim through your ad copies, the contents, the website to be sure, just running their policy check to be sure that you don't have anything that actually breaches their policy. If you have a crypto product, the ad will not run. If you have any health products, the ad will not run. If you have ammunitions, the ad will not run. If you have nude videos or anything relating to that, the ad will not run. And some other things, there's some other sectors that is against their policies. So you are going to find out that Google will just run a policy check, and then if you come clean, then your ads go live. And then just a reminder that you only pay for results. You don't just pay because your ads are showing up. You pay when actually somebody clicks or somebody calls or does what you wanted them to do. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we are here, and any questions? I'll just peep through. Okay, to see if there are any questions for me. Okay, all right. So no questions so far. All right. So I hope you're just getting all I'm explaining. Please let me know. Paid ads. Yes. Jen, was that a question? Please let me know if that was a question, or you want us to do a little more explanation. All right. So let's move on. Let's head over to the last part of this presentation and how you can leverage social media channels and email marketing. Okay. So which social media channels do you currently use? Does your business currently use? So let us know in the chat which of them you currently use. I know Jane, you said Instagram, so I wouldn't know if there's any other one that you use. So let's see a couple of ways social media can be used to help grow our businesses. So we have it that it is 85% of the UK population and social media platforms. and about 77% of Africans are on social media platforms. Everybody is on social media. So it makes it a good place for people, for businesses to actually connect with their customers, reach new audiences, make new business opportunities happen, and then they have the ability to target several demographics, build relationships, and network, right? So an average person spends at least so before now it used to be 150 times you're looking at your phone per day, but let me tell you, at this stage, in this era, you're looking at your phone at least 300 times in a day. And a good percentage of that 300 times happens to be on your social media. You're either looking at your Facebook or your Twitter or your TikTok, any of those places. It's when people actually want to make a search that they go to Google platforms or they go to any other search engine to make a search about any other stuff, right? So you also with social media, you also have it gets to add value to your brand. You raise customer service level. You get to be in two-way conversation, right? And then you show a new side to that your business. You build your community also with social media. You also get to improve your marketing because you understand better what your customers want. You understand who they follow, when they follow, who they follow. You help yourself to get noticed as a business, attract people to your site, and you gain more valuable customer insights. Then you can also watch what your competitors are also doing, right? All of them will happen on social media. Okay, so a couple of differences between the organic social media and the paid social media. So in the organic social media, the calls are free. Sorry, organic social media, just like the free one, like you have the one you have your Instagram, your Facebook, and the Twitter, and the rest. They are all free. You don't pay for the post you make. You don't pay for reading people's. You don't pay for comments and clicks and the rest of them. So and the information you send out there can reach your followers and friends of your followers. Whereas in the paid ones, you pay for everything. You pay for the views, the action, the clicks, and every other thing. But in this one now, you can reach more people, not necessarily your followers and friends of your followers. You can extend your tentacles to get to reach more people. All right. So how do you get started with social media marketing? Now, the first of them is for you to identify your target audience. You need to identify who these guys are. What are they into? Who or what influences them? When are these guys usually online? Which social media platform do they use? Where is their location? What is their profession? What is their business? What is their interest? What is their behavior? What are their values? So it's everything around demographics and psychographics. You must be able to tell who a typical audience of yours is, typical customer of your business is, more like a fictitious image of who that person is. Where does he live? Which social media platform do they use? Is he a male? Is he a female? Based on your product, what is their age? Are they married? You know, what kind of businesses do they do? Are they working part time or full time? All those details you answer it way before you even get started. So you choose the particular platform where these guys exist, which social media channel you want to use. Using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, anyone, right? And just so you know, one the strategy that works for YouTube may not work for Facebook. So each of these channels have different strategies. So you need to test on one and see how effective it is before you move on. So some platforms are lifestyle focused, some platforms are business focused. So you learn, you test it, you learn, you try, test different strategies till you finally arrive at the one that best suits what you want to do. You find out the audience on any of those platforms that best resonates with your kind of business and your kind of message. And then ultimately you post content regularly. Don't post today and come back in 3 years' time. It doesn't work that way. The algorithms of the internet makes it that you draw traffic, you draw attention in the number of times you're available for people to see you. That's how you begin to draw attention to yourself. So you post, keep the post coming, the photos, the videos, everything. Let people see you, and then you can have live broadcasts as well. So some of you that are following the Hallelujah Challenge or any other. If you go to Instagram, everybody's doing live, so you can just jump on there and see how businesses are doing their stuff. So people want to find out that there's a brand, there's a face behind this brand. They're not just dealing with the robots. So your content must be useful. Your content must be very, very rich and useful, so that people can always leave others and come to you. Till eventually you convert them. So you need to show that personality behind the brand. All right. So Let's head over to email marketing. So those of you that have been bombarded with emails before, a lot of them are using email marketing methods to actually reach out to you. So if you've used the email marketing method before to do business, I want you to share with us in the chat if it's been useful for you, it's been useful to you. Okay, so a couple of ways how to get started with email marketing. Now you need to select the email marketing platform where you want to, which of the platforms you want to actually use. Do you use free? Do you want to use the free ones, the likes of Mailchimp? So Mailchimp can offer you 2,000 emails per day, right? So you have the liberty to send that much emails. Or you can go over to some more advanced platforms, the likes of Active Campaign, SendGrid, Sendinblue, Drip, Aweber, Constant Contact. There are a lot of them. So you just choose the one that best works for what you want to do. And then you need to have a list of emails that you are going to be reaching out to. Your list must be very useful, and then you must have the permission of those people you are going to be reaching out to. So don't bombard people with email when you don't have their permission. They will just mark you as spam, right? So you need to have rich content also, so that you can use that content to generate new contacts, and then invite people to always join your subscription list. And then more importantly, you need to segment and group that list to create content that are useful. Personalize those contents. It should be Dear Udeme, Dear Chidima, Dear Lorian, right? Dear Jen. It needs to be personalized and make the people feel important because they're actually VIP. So you should treat them like one because they are giving you space into their private lives, which is their emails now. Okay, so you need to make your emails, keep it very useful and personalize it. They will feel more warmth if you're actually calling their names. Okay. All right. So a couple of tips. Now, first of them, you need to segment and group the lists for relevant content. Now, what that means there is you can segment your list according to the demographics. If you have a different message for the minors, keep them on one side. You have a different message for the elders, keep them on one side. You can segment based on geographical regions. People in Nigeria may not have the same message like people in America, or you can segment based on the location that they are in the sales funnel. People that have already paid for your products will not be having the same message with people that are just at the first stage of the funnel. Or some other factors can always determine who you put in this list, who you put in the other list, right? And then keep it very simple. Test it on one device, test it on two devices, test it on three devices, test it on tablets, test it on a Mac, test it on Windows, test it on Android. Make sure that the images don't slide off the screen. And then also get to measure the open and click rates of your campaigns. Open and click rates of your campaigns. Find out how many people actually clicked on the campaign. Find out how many people actually unsubscribed from the campaign. How many people actually signed up from that particular campaign, so that you know if you're actually making progress from that campaign or if you are not making progress from that campaign. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be taking the last pause to answer to all your questions, and then I'm going to see if you have questions. I know Lauren have been doing a great job in the chat, and Lauren, please you could share the attendance for the people that are available so they can fill in. All right. So ask me questions if you have one before we jump off. Any questions? Okay, so this is just more like a reminder. If you are yet to sign up for the Hustle Academy, please head over to g.school/hustle academy, and then you'll be able to get things done by learning about your digital marketing plan. You also get to learn um, about digital marketing, this your business growth plan, digital marketing, sales, and every other thing that you need to learn. You get matched to a mentor, you learn about funding and every other thing. So take advantage of it because it's all free. And then if you want to learn more, you should learn more, of course. So head over to learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills/courses. Very, very important. And then you get certified in a couple of courses, including the fundamentals of digital marketing, where you get to learn some more details from what we've done um, in this past 45 minutes. All right. So follow us on social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All these links will be dropped in the chats. Okay. And follow Impact Her as well on social media platforms. on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Right, so I'm looking at the chat again to see if there's any questions. Any questions for me? All right, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for spending your time. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And there's a big thank you from the team as well, from Lorianne, from Judith, from myself, from the entire Impactor team. Thank you so much for coming around once again to learn from us. And I look forward to having you in the next session. So if you have questions from here, please do well to write them down. When we're coming for the next session, please ask. Whatever is bothering you, please ask so that we know that you can learn a lot and then you know you're making progress. All right, so see you guys in your next session.